What up, guys? It's your boy Alan, and that's my sister Ashley, and this is His and Hers podcast. And we got a good one for you today. It's about Disney and some interesting things that happened with them today. Well, last month, April, actually. But I haven't heard about this story, and I was making sure that everyone is aware of what's going on. How are you doing this weekend?
Oh,
Or like
good.
the weekend or the
Good,
week?
great.
You
Great.
great?
I actually don't know what's happening with Disney, so I'm intrigued.
Oh, are you? Okay. Yeah. I was going through my timeline and this just popped up. So I ain't gonna bury the lead and we're just going to show the video.
Earlier this week about several cruise ship employees who were detained at the Embarcadero 2 weeks ago. Customs and Border Protection now says it was part of an ongoing child pornography operation. CBP says it interviewed 28 crew members from several ships. It found 27 of them were involved in some type of child porn activity. CBP canceled their visas and returned them to their countries. Some cruise ship passengers and migrants groups held a news conference this week demanding more answers as to why the crew members were detained right off the ships.
Okay. Have you heard of
Want to
this
hire
story? Have
anyone,
you
anywhere?
heard what was
Pebble
going
takes the
on with Disney?
delays and guesswork out of global hiring.
No, I have not heard about the 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 CP ring on Disney cruises. Oh, I think we lost Alan, y'all.
Yeah, I'm back.
But to answer your question, no, I have not heard anything about the CP rings on Disney cruises.
Now, my thing is, why isn't it being like why is this being bombarded? Why are they um more coverage of this story? I think this is a big deal. People and their kids are victims of this incident. Why do you think people aren't
I
talking about this?
I think there's two things, two very big things. If you look at CP instances as a whole, they don't get a lot of coverage. You hear about a couple news stories, but you don't ever see a full CP case running its course throughout the media. Second thing is that it's with a is with a major player in the industry, or they're affiliated with a major player, a major source of income in the entertainment space. So there is not only the funds for attorney representation as far as the company goes, but yeah, they're skilled in reducing public. They have public relations teams to handle things like this. So I don't. I expect nothing less.
That in recent years,
Mm-hmm.
this has been a very um public, very how can we say? I don't want to get too political, but it's been very politicized, especially with the Epstein files and all this other stuff, and people who've been in the Epstein's files. I, as an American, I can't get down with protecting pedos PDF files. If Disney Cruise Line can't protect their number one revenue, their number one guess, because adults ain't going to Disney. You're going to Disney because you have kids. No,
No,
I'm wrong.
absolutely. I think
Okay,
actually
talk to
more
me.
adults. I think actually more adults, because in this, well, from a millennial standpoint, our parents didn't take us to Disney. So now that we're old enough to go and experience those childhood things that we didn't get to experience, I think more adults are going to Disney just to experience it for themselves and not with children.
So you think there's adults that's going on this child's cruise line?
Not the cruise line. I'm talking about Disney in general.
Oh, I'm specifically, well, yeah, I'm talking about the cruise line where everything is directed towards the children. I just don't think like I don't know what should happen, but I think more should happen. They should be punished. They should like there should be protection for your kids. And if your demographic is children, it's kind of your responsibility to protect the children.
Then we can say the same thing about the pedos that are in the school systems.
Absolutely. I believe if
I
you're
mhm.
if
Go ahead.
you if your main focus is children, there should be guidelines and harsh penalties a if a PDF gets a job and has authority in your ranks. That's not okay with me. And just punishing them. And another thing, these people wasn't even charged with anything. They just got their visas canceled and sent back to their country. And they're releasing their identities. So like, why are we protecting these people? You going above and beyond to protect them now.
Um, I want to be able to engage in this with you, but it doesn't surprise me. It truly doesn't.
Mhm.
Like, I want to have a different standpoint. It doesn't surprise me. I have not yet seen a publicized, a media publicized case of CP or CSA covered from
From start to finish.
initial discovery to prosecution. I don't actually think I've ever
And then
seen
they're
it.
not even prosecuting. Like we like I said, I'm not trying to make this thing political, but there's people with high positions that are more or less involved in something like this or have knowledge of something like this. You're not bringing them into the grand jury. You're not seeing what they know. You just letting stuff get swept under the rug. And anybody that say they're for uh you know if anybody who says they are for law and order and you don't want to prosecute PDFs,
Speak on it.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And if you okay with people protecting their identity, these are not children. We protect children's identities. We don't protect criminal identities in this country. Every criminal you know get their face, their mugshot plastered on TV.
That's not true either.
Well, in our community, it is.
It is for our community. It very much so is for our community, but no, that's not that's not a blanket that's not a blanket approach to
Yeah,
different people. So, I mean, that's the reality of it. And I think yeah, we can have think pieces on what should be right, but they've been able to operate under this system because the people who run this system also participate in the same things. So You don't tell on me, I don't tell on you mentality.
And as a people, as people with children and expected children, I don't think we got to stand up. We just can't. We got to stop being passive about things like this. We got to demand that they release their identities. We should know who's predators out here.
I don't think that that's a wrong statement, but I think a more impactful statement is people with children and expected children should be protected with our whole hearts. There has to be a line of defense. How there's for me when I think about the aspect of how do you get into CP, somebody has to take the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So the child has to be presented in a way for the pictures to get taken. Where does that start? Where's your child at where they can get pictures like
Now
this?
you assuming that these are young kids. These could be like 15, 16-year-olds, and there's not
Facts.
pictures. There could be sexual acts that's happening.
Facts.
So we don't know nothing about this case. We don't know anything that's going on. We don't know who the victims were. And I don't believe that should be public. But we don't know who the perpetrators were. We gotta know who the perpetrators are. And you just canceling visas and sending them back home like, oops, I didn't mean to do that type of energy. That is not the way to go. You're not protecting your clientele. You're not protecting the American people. I just believe that there's too much information that's not given to us in this case. We
I
deserve
totally agree.
we deserve a lot more than what they're giving us.
Are you talking about information or prosecution?
Both. Both. If we get the information, they're gonna have to prosecute. You know what I mean?
You answered your own question.
Right, because there's gonna be so much outrage, so much pressure. And
Mhm.
any for there not to be any outrage, you can't give out the information.
And today's society, I don't know if there's going to be that damn much outrage, to be completely honest with you, because there was specific cases of other SA, CSA. We're not even talking about CP. We talk about
Mm-hmm.
activity that has been testified to. And those people still didn't get criminally
Would you,
prosecuted. I'm talking about the victims in the Epstein case providing testimony of their own
mm,
experiences and still not getting any due process or justification or justice served to them. Oh, but what they did get is their names
was ridicule?
exposed.
Yeah.
They did get their personal identification exposed. That's what they got.
And this blind loyalty to one man is crazy to me. I'm like, bro, you don't have no self like pride in yourself. You give it all to one individual. Like you can't. He's not gonna be there when you need help unless you got some bread for him. And like I said, I'm not trying to make this political, but this day and age, this time is surrounded by this. It's like when he was running for presidency, there was this big outrage on we got to catch the child, the child predators and all this other stuff. They stormed a pizzeria because they got tricked into believing they was involved in a. I'm trying to keep this clean in a ring of adult activities with children. But now that we actually have a ring of people doing things like that, is being swept under the rug and nobody's outraged, and it's pissing me off. Y'all supposed to be the people that want to get all these people off the streets. But when it's really time to get them off the streets, y'all know where to be found.
because they bring in the revenue, and that's what it's all
Yeah.
about. You know how much
Yeah.
money Disney cruises makes?
I can imagine. I seen the prices. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a
But yeah,
profitable business.
and
So we
then
not gonna mess with it.
but my thing is like, then how can you say, Lord forbid, anything's happened to your particular child and you don't have no way to stand up? You ain't been standing up, but now you want support because something happened to you. But when everybody else needed support, you was nowhere to be found.
What do
And
you
I
mean by
find
support?
myself um
Because support in those instances for me is a jury prosecuting that person,
right,
bringing
but
the
we
official
can't do that.
charges. Or well, you can bring official charges against a specific person. Anybody can do that.
Right, you can, yes, you can definitely do that. Yeah. But my support, all I don't even know who the victims are. So I can't, you know, give them funds, can't do that. This is my support. I'm speaking out about it. I'm trying to make people aware of it. I'm trying to get more information out of um people of authority. When people sit on the sidelines and hear this story and be like, "Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me," and then, like I said, Lord forbid, something happens, and now you're looking for that same support that you was denying them. I It's hard for me to find a sympathy. Like I feel for the victim, the child, but you didn't do what you could do to protect them. Like getting as many of these people off the street is protecting your house in my eyes. Less people on the street that do that, the less chance that it will happen to somebody I know. You know what I mean?
I hear you, and I can respect
Yeah.
that standpoint. But I am going to say this: if you have the capacity to, reliance shouldn't be in the hands. The defense of your child shouldn't rely in the hands of other people. You should
Facts.
also know what steps you can take individually to protect your children. And
Facts.
for the instance of something, uh, nobody wants. Well, I can speak for myself. I don't want bad things to happen to children. That is a personal, a personal aspect of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when you start the ball rolling for your own child, it's easier to rally people behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Take the initiative to press those charges.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they may have just gotten their visas taken away, but you can still file personal injury claims or whatever other claims in a court system in the United States as the parent of the child, whether
And
that be anyone under the age of 18 or 19 in your particular state, whenever that age break cuts off for adulthood,
mhm,
step up for your children. Do not
mhm.
solely rely on outsiders, other communities, other people to advocate for your children. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I For sure. I can agree with that.
But don't touch
Uh,
children. It's bad. Don't do it.
yeah, yeah. I gotta, like I said, well, we got personal stories, and I tell you the story. The homie, one of my good friends, was dating this girl, and she had a kid, and her husband tried to accuse us of touching her baby, the a little girl, and I'm ready to, because I feel very strongly about that. That's
Yeah.
something that you will not um um accuse me of without me um let me make sure this is clean without me reacting.
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
gonna you're gonna get that's one of the few things that a stranger can do to get me to react.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like in our community, that's a lot of people choose to protect those that do that type of thing. But that's here nor there. That leads me into another incident, a more recent incident dealing with our community. There was a Asian descent man, mhm, that decided he was gonna, let's say, express his beliefs on our community. He's What he said was, the Asians don't you can't boy the black community cannot boycott the Asian community. And he started naming all the things that we buy from them and all the things that are necessary in our lives that we can't do without. I'm not focusing on that per se. I want to talk about the boycott.
Okay.
Like, what do you support the boycott? Are you in line with the boycott?
Absolutely, and have been before this situation even started. To be honest
Okay.
with you,
Okay.
I have a washer and a dryer in my house. I These are my own doing. I didn't go to the salon for these, and this is mine. I don't know what else. I
Okay.
don't know what else you
So
need from me, and I don't eat orange chicken. I don't.
that hurt my heart. That and sushi. I'm like, damn. And I talked to the girlfriend,
Well, that's
and
Japanese,
I was
not
like, yeah.
technically.
He said all Asians. He said all Asians.
That's like saying if we got a problem with our house, we're gonna boycott Canada because they are the biggest lumber exporter. I don't give a
That's what my girlfriend said. She was like, so we gonna boycott all Asians because one Asian said something. And I was like, yo, that's what
you
our
can't
people is
take
doing.
Asia out of America. Period. I don't care. Importing is different than supporting a local business, and supporting a local business is what the protest is about. It's not about protesting Asia. It's
Mm-hmm.
about you coming into our communities, taking our black dollars, and then killing us. That's what it's about. Period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna give up my electricity because I don't support the local Asian business. I'm not gonna do that. But doesn't Asia as a country over there operating as a country is not the same as you being Asian here operating
Mm-hmm.
in a black community, wanting a black dollar and then getting
That's a
upset
good
about it.
that's that's a good point. That's a good point. Because he did mention like Jordans that come from Asia and not Asian immigrants being supported by the black community.
Difference.
Yeah. That's two different things. And we had a little conversation about it. She was like, "Yo, we love our Asian friends. Like they really cool. I love her. I love her." And she was like, "So we gonna be selective on what we protesting." It's like, yeah, we're not gonna support anyone that has that hateful mindset in any way. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna support our own community first. And we're gonna put us first and then out outsource the rest. So that was our conversation. You sound like you never was a part of the movement. So you ain't
I
never go to the hair store and get you
I
some hair.
did. Yeah, I've gone to the hair store. I have been at the Asian market. I have gone to get my eyebrows waxed, amongst other things. I have gone and participated. But once I discovered me and lost a little bit of my income, look, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not giving you my last dollar. I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
To begin with.
yeah.
And then on top of that, for you to be tracking us down across football fields and killing us over nothing. That okay, great. I didn't support you already, so it's not like it's a. I didn't support these
See, I
local
don't
business,
even
the local
know.
Asian businesses. Go ahead.
So can you elaborate on what actually happened? I don't know the whole story. I just know what that one post said.
So, 14-year-old black boy went into the neighborhood grocery store market in his community with a backpack on. He walks into the store. They tell him take the backpack off, leave it in the front. He does that. He goes and he's shopping around, I guess, picking up things, putting it back, picking up things, putting it back. He leaves without paying for anything. They think because the last thing he touched was the water. They think he stole the water. So when he leaves, they follow him outside of the store. The son and the father follow him outside of the store. He starts to run. They run after him for a whole football field and a half. He trips. He has a gun in his he has a gun in his hoodie pocket. That gun falls out. Now this is where he can't speak for himself, right? Because the Asian son is saying
Hmm.
that he pointed the
He draw
gun
the gun on him.
at him.
Hmm.
But the evidence says that he was shot in the back. So you let him point the gun at you and then let him turn around and then shot him. How did he get shot in the back? So
Yeah.
that's what happened. That's what happened. But it
Well, why are you carrying a? Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I just don't like it. You know the stigma that we have,
right, but why are we the only ones who can't bear
right?
arms?
No,
Why
we
are we the
can.
only
We
ones?
can.
No, we cannot. We are very much so prosecuted
Oh, yeah.
on every angle when we also exercise the same rights that y'all keep fighting for, which is why vote red because the blue wants to take away your gun power. They want to take away your Second Amendment right. That's the agenda. Vote red so you can have your guns. But that only applies to everyone else except for the black community.
Yeah, yeah. My only pushback. I'm not really pushing back, but my only thing, we know that's not a legal gun because he's 14 and you can't own a legal gun at 14.
Yes, you can. You can own a
Um,
rifle at 14.
not a handgun at 14. You can own
Not
a
a
pistol at
handgun.
14
You can own a rifle at 14.
and a shotgun, but
Mm-hmm.
not a pistol.
Fair. Facts.
um, and that's my only concern. That's my only. I ain't gonna say concern because, like I said, I don't know the case. But from the story that you told, I agree. You can't get shot in the back and be threatened for your life at the same time. And like, yeah, because either he's running or he's turning his back on you to show you his back for you to shoot him in the back. But a 14-year-old shouldn't be carrying a gun either. And I
Have
just
you
want
seen
to,
today's society? I mean, I'm not giving the okay for the 14-year-old to be had been carrying a gun. But have you seen today's society?
yeah, 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 yeah. I understand. No, where did this take place at?
Oh, where did that happen? Hold on.
But yeah, I understand today's society where you feel like you need something to protect yourself.
South Carolina.
Oh, it's close. Mm, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the case, but I don't like the idea of
Being shot in the
our
back
being
for
shot in
the
the back.
assumption of stealing that turned out to not be true.
Be
And then
true.
you chased him for a football field and a half.
Right. And if he was really threatening, why would he run when he know he had something to protect himself with?
Right,
If he was really
exactly.
on something like that.
Exactly my point. You asked him to take off his backpack. He complied while in your
Yeah.
store and then left. And then you
Yeah.
followed him for a water, for an assumed stolen water. I it mm,
Yeah. Like, and I know that from what I understand, the Asian man got off and didn't uh
yeah.
get
And now
convicted.
and
And
now
that's why everyone's doing this. Um my only critique on the boy, it was like I hate that it comes to our 14-year-olds feeling like they need to carry a gun to defend themselves. That's my only problem with what that young man did. Everything
what I
else
am very proud of
is
about him is that
understandable.
he didn't
He didn't
what
pull it
I am
out.
very proud
That's
of.
my
Exactly. He didn't pull it. So I knew if
yeah.
because you can
So he
see some of these 14-year-olds who are actually pulling it on people and getting sentenced to murder
mhm.
at 14 and will never see the light of day again.
Yeah, he didn't want to hurt
That tells
nobody.
me, right, that tells me that he's not really into what
Yeah,
that life is
he
about.
has it to protect himself. And if from the sound of the story is he's not comfortable with it either. This is something
Exactly.
very
Because
new to
I
him. Because if
exactly.
I'm not running, if I know I
I
don't
got
have to,
something on me. Exactly. If I got
right?
something, we about to
Like
go
you got
there.
something, I got something. We might take cover, but I'm not gonna run.
Right.
Like
Not
yeah,
a whole
so he's
football
not
field.
the gangster, the hoodlum that they make our young men out to be.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I just
That's the thing. What do
yeah,
you
I
do?
don't. I just hate that
But to have no accountability at all, not
yeah
even a
manslaughter,
manslaughter.
nothing. Exactly, not
Exactly.
even
Not
manslaughter
nothing. Just
is
nothing. Okay. Great. So you can keep your grocery store and have zero of our dollars.
yeah. That's I feel that, and anybody that thinks that's right, they can go along with it. They can go along with
And
it.
anyone who is upset about it, I think the people, if you are of the Asian community and are upset about black dollars being boycotted from your businesses which occupy the black community, then I think you are a part of the problem. Because if it didn't affect you, if you're getting online saying it doesn't affect you, we weren't shit anyway to you, then why are you so upset that we would be boycotting and not spending our dollars with you?
because that's where they set up shop. They set up shop in our community. They don't set up shop in other communities. And they do have a Chinatown where they do support each other, but you still rely on people coming to Chinatown to buy your clothes, to buy your food, to buy your culture. It don't
Mm,
just because you have Chinatown doesn't mean that you only utilize what's in there. You know what I mean?
mhm.
You got to get an influx of money to support your Chinatown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have already stepped out of the oh, I'll be getting my grease. I can go to a black store to get my.
And
I
let's
can go
talk
to
about
Walmart.
while we on
Mhm,
this.
mhm.
Okay, let's talk about black entrepreneurship too. Why is it we feel that we gotta overcharge for everything? I I I went to a fry spot, a local fry spot. This is
Mhm.
in Peoria, Illinois. Good fries, but they want to charge $35 for French fries. Yeah, you might put some chicken or some steak on top of it, but this is not a whole steak, bro. This is cut up steak on top of some fries. It does not cost you $27 to make this dish in a styrofoam container. There's not no sitting. This is a carry out. You're not spending money on plates. You're not spending money on washing dishes. It's two of y'all back there. Why do you feel like you need to charge $35 for?
Because I think that we are trying to do something that we don't have guidance in. I think it's really easy. The steps to starting a business are easy. There's really there's no prerequisites to start a business. You just pay
Mhm.
for your LLC and then you go try to do the best you can to make money. If we knew about business, then we would
Mhm.
know this is
You don't
how we can generate revenue over a certain amount of time. But if
right.
you don't have any money, but you have an LLC, you're going to right off the bat try to make the same amount of income or make over
You
the
trying
amount of
to
income than what
make
you
some
used
money
to.
off the rip, and that is not how
Exactly.
business works.
It's not. But do all of us know that? No.
I
We don't know that.
I'm like, bro, and my girl just talked about she just came back from the little joint talking about bonnets costing $35. A silk bonnet she wanted, they just too expensive. Too expensive. For now, I know that you gotta for a small business, you gotta charge some money to cover materials, and you can't bring the price down because you don't have the equipment to make it more efficient.
Hmm.
I understand that. I've been a business owner for upwards of 10 years now. I understand that. But you don't get to decide what the prices are. There's two factors that determines what your prices should be. One is what someone's willing to pay. That
That
is your main driver of what your prices should be. And
that's
two is the cost to make it.
hmm
These are the only two parameters you should be looking at when pricing your material. This is free game too. Free game. These are the only two things that you need to look at to determine what your prices should be. If your product costs you, let's say, $10 to make, that doesn't mean that this is fit a 35 $45, t-shirt. If it costs you $10, I, I forget the number, but I think it's supposed to be like 22% you should expect to get in profit off that one t-shirt.
okay.
So, and if your clientele is only willing to spend to give you $15, that's 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 where you need to be at, $15. And you need to find a way to make your product cheaper so you can get your profit within the $15. You can't make it you can't be mad at nobody wanting to buy your $45 shirt when they want to wash it and the letter's going to come off that bitch.
Facts. Facts.
And I
Very
just
much so.
want our community to understand, take a business class, get your bachelor's of business, understand this thing, because it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just you can't get mad at the consumer because we don't want to overspend for your overpriced
Facts.
product or service.
Right.
Like
Well,
fries for fucking
from here,
$30 is crazy.
from here, what I don't like is that when, or especially independent, where you don't actually have a storefront or anything like that. What happens here most of the time, from what I see, is that there is a deposit required for everything. Like you got to pay up front. I want to come. I want to come get my hair done. Pay a deposit to you so you can, but the schedule still ain't set because the day of you want to send me a hey boo text, you running late or you need to cancel or you need to do something, but you have my deposit.
And that's
Instead of just walking into the beauty salon, getting on the phone with Miss Miller and talking about some, hey, are you available Sunday or are you available Monday? I want to come get my hair curled. Yeah, I'll see you Sunday or Monday. I got this time and this time. Come into the beauty salon. It's a beauty salon. You get your hair done. You pay for your hair after she done with the service. Here go your money. Here, thank you for my hair.
Yeah, I understand that because I got a new barber and she wants me to. I ain't never had to give a deposit to set a time to go get my hair cut. This is a new thing for me. And another, I guess I'm giving all tips today. I understand that it's hard for Black people to get capital to 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 pursue businesses. I understand that.
Yeah.
So I understand you got to start grinding from what's in your pocket to get to where you want, because it's financial. Acquiring capital for your business venture, being Black, is difficult. I'm not saying it can't be done, it's just difficult. So in order to overcome that, your customer service has to be exceptional.
Facts.
Like if you asking me to come to a house to get my hair done, it's your studio or whatever, and it's just, a basement. Your customer service should be exceptional. I shouldn't have to deal with attitudes. I shouldn't have to deal with tardiness. I shouldn't have to deal with you don't have time management. I shouldn't have to deal with you eating over my head and I can feel the Dorito crumbs on my scalp. You know what I mean? That's how you build your clientele, with exceptional service. And then with that, you can build up your business. You can't make money in the beginning. You're going to lose money. That's just a fact of business. It costs money to make money. You're going to lose money. But if you have several things in line, you can have you can see the path of where you're going to start making money.
Yeah.
And I'm off my soapbox. Black folks, if you're doing business, you don't get mad at the consumer because they don't want to pay your high ass prices. Your product is worth what someone is willing to pay for it. It
Yeah.
ain't my fault that you can't make your product under $30. You need to figure that shit out. Two, I'm not expect you don't have to have everything together.
Mhm.
But if you don't have everything together, you have no space to have bad customer service.
Facts.
That is what you're relying on. And like I said, I'm off my soapbox. I want y'all to do better. I want y'all to win. And yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. If we talk about supporting black people, right?
Yeah.
Supporting black, that's what I need from y'all. If y'all want my support.
Ashley fine sitting in the house, but I do want to support. I do want to be able to support more. It's just
Yeah,
I'm
everybody can't support
also
all the
okay
time.
with the. I'm also the person that's okay being in the house.
Me too. But my girl want to get her nails done, and I
I
prefer
do.
like she
Learn her a
want
new skill.
she works 16 hours a day. She ain't trying to press on her own nails. But we got an Asian shop right downstairs, like right downstairs. But now, you know what I'm saying? We got to decide.
Sacrifice. It
Yeah,
is sacrifice.
we got to decide. But and I do know black women who do nails, but they want to charge $65 and they in the kitchen.
The Asian markets charge $100.
Well, I don't know. Back in the day, what happened to
It ain't back in the day no
$25?
more. It
What
is
happened to
not.
$25?
It's not back in the day anymore. To get my toes and my nails done was $275.
That is ridiculous.
Exactly. I'm about to
Who's
buy this
paying
set.
that?
I'm about to buy this fingernail set, this toenail set, me a drill bed and some damn files and some
Two
damn
hundred
builder
dollars.
gel. Some builder gel. And we gonna get these mothers put on for I got 50 more sets that I could do both hands and feet for $70 altogether.
That's crazy. I don't buy her shit all the time, but when I do, she asks for about $60 to get her hands done. And that's it. Is that basic or what
Yeah,
that's basic?
she ain't getting no nails on for $60. I promise you, she not getting overlays and things like that. She probably getting a manicure with a shellac polish.
Nah, she get the little joint. She get the little press on joints for 65. I think. No, I hope she don't see this. Then she just gonna start asking for more money.
No, she don't, because I know here, at least here, $275.
Yeah, you in Houston. Man, yeah, everything is expensive down there. Everything expensive.
And I'm not paying no damn deposit. I don't give. I'm not paying anybody a deposit for anything except for a hotel stay.
Well, I like my little barbers. She gonna get this little deposit.
Your mom about to cut the ends of my hair. I look, I, or they not getting cut.
All right, that is. Then go to the yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank
Be in
y'all
the
for
mirror.
staying tuned with the show. We're gonna see y'all next week. We got top 5 indie R&B artists coming Saturday at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Be tuned for that. I got some bangers. I got some bangers in the in the pocket.
Okay. We'll see
Yeah.
if you
And we
win.
gonna bring your top 2. What's your top 2? Who was your top 2? I know it
So
was what was cherish me? It was something like that.
celebrate me.
Celebrate me was number one.
And then
And
Pistol.
oh, you gonna do Pistol is number two? Okay. So I'm gonna incorporate those two into my top 5 next week. Well, Saturday. And we're gonna see if I can get you to agree.
Okay, cool.
All right. See you then. Peace out.
Peace out.